Hey everyone, how are you doing? My name is Jay and welcome to 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. This is a game that I absolutely adore playing. However, I haven't played it in quite some time, so I've been wanting to make a series on this game. I'm hoping this is going to be one of the foundation pieces of my channel in general because I absolutely adore playing this game. And as I say, I've been wanting to do a series on it for quite some time. So what I'm currently doing is, it might just look like I'm walking around punching grass, and that is exactly what I am doing. I am currently going through the game's basic tutorial that gives you some information on how you go ahead and certainly proceed with the game, I guess. Give you the basics. So to make me craft a bedroll, I'll have to craft a few tools, all that kind of stuff. So why don't I go ahead and get that done, and then I'll catch back up with you when that part is finished. Alright, now that all the basic crafting parts have been done, now we can proceed with the game and kind of tell you a bit more about my plans for the series, I guess. So, what I'm hoping to do in this series is, first off, I want to make sure that every Horde Knight that I face is going to be done in a structure that I've built. I don't want to just take over a random house and sort of make it stronger or anything like that. I plan on making all my own Horde bases. I've got a few sort of long-term plans for the series that I guess we'll get into as the more we play, but for now I just kind of want to sort of get myself established in this world and, you know, try and find some weapons. There's a few things that are going to be an issue off the bat. First off, we haven't got much food, we haven't got much armor in terms of our protection and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're definitely going to need some shelter because during the day the zombies, they will walk, but on a night, that's when they're going to be running after you. Now, can I get that chicken from here? I don't think I can. Is there two? I think there's two chickens. Yeah, looks like there's... Let's see if we can... Running up on them is not a smart idea, but if I can get close enough and then maybe crouch and take one out. There's one. Let's see if we can get ourselves some chicken off the bat. There's a... Can I get him from here? What do you reckon? I've only got one arrow because I don't like the bow and arrow. So if this doesn't work, I'm moving on. That was a terrible shot. Moving on, not going to worry about it. So, first thing I want to do really is, although I'm planning on spending every Horde Night in my own build, my own base that I've built myself, I'm quite happy to find a house to kind of take over and set up as our workshop, I suppose. So, I'm going to go ahead and try and find somewhere for us to stay and somewhere for us to get set up. I'm also gathering supplies along the way. You'll notice I'm rummaging through trash bags, I'm chopping down trees, all that kind of stuff. I just want to get us some materials so that when it does come to building, we've got a lot of the stuff already. And there's a few other things that I want to make sure that we can get to pretty quickly. So first off, transportation. I believe one of the first things you can craft now is a bicycle, but we're going to need obviously the parts to do that. Running around in this game, your stamina isn't great at first, so you're going to be doing a lot of stopping, a lot of catching your breath, and obviously if you've got zombies chasing you, that's not going to be easy to do. So I think it's imperative that we can kind of craft ourselves a bike at first, and then obviously go from there. You can get more advanced vehicles, so we can go to like a mini bike and then a motorbike and a jeep and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's going to be a big thing that we need to focus on pretty quickly, because as you can see, just running down this road, my stamina is going down pretty quick, and it's not going to take too long before I'm worn out. So I'm going to head down this road until we find a building, and then we'll loot that building, and then we'll go from there. So I was chasing this rabbit, and while I was doing so, we've come across our first zombie of the series, so I thought it was important to come back. We're going to see if this wooden club's any good. I'm not expecting great stuff from it, but maybe we can take him out pretty quick. See if we can do some damage. It's not the worst club in the world. It certainly feels stronger than the last time I used one. But as you can see, we've got, what, 4 or 5 power hits on him so far, and it's not really done a lot. My stamina is a big problem so far. Have we seriously just got a loot bag off our very first zombie? Right, give me something good. Scrap helmet, 5 bottles of water, and a sweatshirt. I can deal with that, my friend. Let's get this helmet put on, because at the minute, we have got no armor whatsoever, so that's definitely going to come in handy. I'll keep the sweatshirt for now, because we're in quite a warm area, but that will definitely be worth keeping hold of. Right, let's take this little road here. I'm wondering if this leads to a building. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it at the start, but just in case I didn't, I was debating playing on the Navezgane map, which is the set map for the world where you kind of know where all the locations are, and I thought maybe that would be a good thing, because I haven't played the Navezgane map for a long time. But I decided against it, and I've chose just a randomly generated one, so I don't know where anything is. I think it just makes the game a little bit more exciting. And seemingly, so far, the only zombies that are here are the big dudes. I wonder if we actually can get past these pretty quick. That wasn't too bad. That was a lot quicker than the last guy, wasn't it? So I'm gonna gather. You might be wondering why I'm also gathering cotton plants and stuff like that. You can make cotton with them, I think, and you can make some pockets. Because if I look at my inventory, this is what I can carry right now. But the second these start filling up, that's when I'm gonna be over encumbered, and my stamina is gonna go down pretty quick, even faster than it does now. So if I can craft some pockets to add to my clothes, that kind of helps out our encumbrance, and we, instead of putting all of our points into making ourselves be able to carry stuff, it might be easier if we can spend those points on other things. I feel like I also need to pretty much fight every zombie I come across at first, because I need that experience so I can level up. Ow, it's the first time I've been hit. Wow, he hit me hard. I went down 14 points in one hit. Right, maybe these are a little harder than I'm giving them credit for. So yeah, we're going to try and level up as fast as we can. I've just got it set to the standard sort of XP level. I didn't want to bump it up to anything. I just thought I'd leave everything as is. The only thing I've changed in the settings, for those who are interested, is I've set it so that I can mark where airdrops are, because depending on what I'm doing, I don't want to have to be constantly trying to track them and add them to my map. It's just easier to mark them, and we'll worry about that later. But we're going to continue down this path and hopefully find a building. Okay, so we are currently approaching our first building of Alpha 19 on this randomly generated map. It looks quite sizable, and I think I can maybe see a dog kennel in the back, which that's not good. Dogs in this game are notoriously difficult. I wonder if this is somewhere we could maybe just use as our sort of base for operations, although we are pretty far from the trader, and I don't want to be too far from the trader, especially in the early game. Excuse me, buddy, I'm trying to talk, thank you. Maybe we should move a little bit closer, but this is definitely going to be the first place we're going to look into exploring and seeing what's in here, because I think initially, like I say, we've got this wooden club. We haven't got much in terms of weapons, haven't got a lot in terms of items that are useful to us as of yet, so I want to try and find a weapon as soon as possible, a decent one, maybe a gun, or, you know, some sort of... See, I was never a fan of the bow and arrow in previous versions of this game, so I wonder if that's a lot better now. Then I'll be more used to I'll be more than likely to stick with that for a while. But I think I much prefer pistols and stuff like that, so hopefully we can find ourselves a gun. Now there was what seemed to be, we could drop down the back here, and I'm wondering if maybe that's where all the treasure is. So do you know what, let's do things that way, and maybe this is more dangerous, who knows, but let's just see where we end up. So what have we got in here? Cardboard box with some... crossbow wouldn't be too bad. I would use a crossbow. So if we could find a crossbow, that'd be good. Let's just see what we can find. Also, I'm definitely going to need some sort of headlight at some point, because I'm going to spend most of the nights in this game probably mining. And I don't want to just have a bunch of torches and stuff like that. See what I mean? We're over encumbered already. So that's something I definitely need to prioritize. So we've got a few things in mind for what I'm hoping to find early on, or what I'm hoping to set as goals early on in the series. And then, as I say, the more into the series we'll get, we'll discuss sort of horde bases and stuff like that. But for now, let's just do a quick loot of this house, and if I find anything really interesting, then I'll bring you back and we'll look into it further. So I was minding my own business, just looking around this place, and this lady snuck up on me, and now I'm infected immediately. So day one we're infected. That's not good. We're going to need to try and find some antibiotics, or I believe you can get honey as well. However, there's someone else trying to break through at the minute, and I don't know where they're coming from, so I'm just going to let them do their thing for now until they become an immediate issue, and I'm just going to keep looting this place just to see what kind of goodies we can get. So yeah, we've got a food crate here. Let's see if there's anything worthwhile in here. That's the thing as well. Early game, a lot of the loot isn't going to be brilliant, and that's understandable. That's another thing that you kind of level up as you go through. Oh, look at that, jar of honey. We literally just said we needed a jar of honey. That actually couldn't have done that more perfect, so that's brilliant. We've also got a few different icons on the left there that I've not really noticed before. It did say I suffered an abrasion from the attack from that zombie. These are decent. So that's got, what, 28 minutes worth of me struggling with an abrasion? Alright, okay, we'll worry about that later. It still seems I can sort of run around and do all the stuff that I could do before, so I wonder what that is. But there's definitely some action in this room. So let's, we've got one passed out on the cabinet. See if we can bring her back in here, and then if there's definitely more than one, so let's see if we can deal with them one at a time. Down you go. Oh boy. Oh boy. This lady just jumped down because she wanted to fight me. Although, we handled her pretty quickly, so that wasn't too bad. I forgot that zombies do that now. They can jump over railings and stuff. Right, let's head back up to this floor. And we'll see what's going on. There's definitely someone smacking something trying to get to me, but again, we'll worry about that later. But if you can see now, I'm not moving very quickly. It's because I'm so encumbered. So we're going to need to work on that ASAP, because that slows you down so much, especially without any sort of vehicles and stuff. It makes things so much more difficult early game. So that's gonna something we need to fix pretty quickly. Alright, I think it's time to go and investigate where this noise is coming from, because it sounds like they're making some progress now to get round to me, and I don't want to be stuck with my back against a wall and then for them to come and attack me. So why don't we go and seek out the noise, see where it's coming. Oh, there you go, there's one guy. Although it wasn't you, was it? It was someone else. Take you down, buddy. Thank you very much. Also, as well, I've mentioned that this is my first real proper attempt at a Let's Play, I guess. I mean, I have got other videos on my channel. There's a full series of The Last of Us Part 2, which I absolutely adored playing. However, it's a little bit different because you're following a narrative, so it's easier to kind of talk about. Whereas in these kind of situations, I tend to find that anyone who has ever attempted to make a Let's Play before, or anyone who does it and enjoys doing it, sometimes it can be quite difficult just essentially keeping a conversation going, because you're basically talking to yourself and you're trying to discuss the game and what you feel about the game and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that you kind of bear that in mind for my first few videos. Maybe there's going to be a lot more ums and ahs and stuff like that, but the more we get into this game, hopefully the more it'll be easier to discuss, I guess, the more used to it I get. The thing is, as well, I do a lot of stuff over on Twitch, so I'm used to having that sort of communication with an audience there and then. Also, cheap plug for my Twitch. The link's in the description, but twitch.tv/jbalderson. We do three nights a week streaming. We stream horror games. That's always a lot of fun. So by all means, drop along and say hi. But yeah, it's a lot easier when you've got that audience response straight away. Whereas obviously when you're trying to record or talk like this, it can be at times quite difficult. But I am looking forward to the challenge of it. I say this is a game that I do thoroughly enjoy playing. So, is it you that's been noisy all this time? Are you the one who's been trying to get in here just so we can have a fight? Let's let you in. Come on. Because you're starting to get on my nerves a bit now. There you go. And then, of course, I've left the door wide open. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get into for me to get used to doing this sort of thing. I heard how quiet it is now. It was definitely her making all the noise. So yeah, oh, very nearly just stepped on some mines. That would have been really, really bad. So yeah, I hope you can kind of bear with that sort of stuff, and I'm always open to any sort of tips or suggestions and things like that, especially in these kind of games. There are people out there who play this game a lot better than I'd imagine that I do, and have a lot more experience. I do enjoy watching a few of the YouTubers who play this game on their channel as like their main thing, but I do want to kind of try and do my own thing, and I don't really want to copy anyone's builds or... How did I miss that guy? 3 times. Anyone's playstyle, nothing like that. I'd rather just do my own thing. So I'm very much open to suggestions for ideas for Horde Nights or ideas to kind of progress the game a little easier. But when it comes to the actual Horde bases itself, I quite like having mine that have like an element of danger to them. So, for example, a lot of my bases I will prefer to put on a ground level where things could definitely go really, really wrong. But I kind of like that. I kind of like that it adds that extra element of danger, like I said there. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this inventory up a little bit, and then we're going to progress to the outside of this place, and I can only assume there's going to be birds, and birds are the absolute worst, so I might have to put my bedroll down just on the off chance we die. But let me go ahead and clear this up a little bit, and then we'll pick up from there. So there's a bird right over there, and I'm going to have to craft some arrows, I think, because I cannot be dealing with birds this early in the game because they are the worst. So let's see. How do I... that's how I zoom, isn't it? There we go. And then let's see if we can kill it. Goddamn missed. Do we have to aim a little higher? Wow, this aim is terrible. Maybe it's just me. I need to aim a little bit higher. There we go. I can't be dealing with those right now because they are the worst and they are brutal and I'm not a fan. So, hopefully it was just the one and then I can get in there. But what I also crafted while I was going through my inventory there was this bone knife. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this bird up. We'll get hold of the rotten flesh and the bones and all that kind of stuff because we can use these things for later. We can use the bones for glue. We can use the feathers for more arrows, and I believe some of the recipes for food actually require that rotten meat. So we'll look into that a bit later. But I'm going to go ahead and press on with this room, and then I'll bring you back for the good stuff. So while in this room we have just leveled up. We now have 5 skill points to use, so I'm going to go ahead and just quickly check this room. It seems like it's a little quiet, so why don't we have a quick look at the skill tree. So this is essentially what we're going to be looking through to determine what we need to progress the game we want to play. Now I've already mentioned that I would like some transport, and one of the things we're going to need for that is we're going to need to get ourselves a forge, because we're going to need some forged iron and all that kind of stuff. And then we're also going to need to get this grease monkey one up so we can get the bike mechanic. Now, what do we need for that? Intellect level 2. So we're going to go ahead and put 1 point in that straight away. And then we're going to get the bike unlocked. We're also going to take the forge because we desperately need that. Now, we could do with a workbench, but that requires us to get intellect up to level 4. So, do you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And then next thing you know, we'll be able to craft our own workbenches, because with it not being the Navezgane map, I have no idea where I can go and actually find a workbench that I can just use instead of crafting my own. Plus, to me, it just makes more sense to have your own anyway. So that's pretty much, we're set for that. So now all we need to do is get 1 more skill point, and then we'll be able to craft our own workbench, and then before you know it, we're going to have our own bike. So let me go ahead and finish going through this house. It is getting pretty late, so I might have to spend the first night here, but we'll worry about that later. I'm just going to go ahead through the rest of this house and see what stuff we can find. So we've made our way up to the attic of this house, which I assume is where all the good stuff's going to be, but I'm also expecting trouble, and here we go, straight off the bat. There's at least 3. We've got 1 behind me, 1 over there, oh, there's 4, I think. Oh, this could have been dumb. Unless we can get this... Oh, and I'm out of stamina. See, spoke too soon. I need to get my stamina back up quick. Down you go. Can I get round there? Nope, that's dead end. Don't go that way. Right, lead them back down. Lead them back down. Let's try and be smart. Let's try and be smart, because I do not want to die day 1 of this game. Down you go. Down you go. Come on, what else you got? Oh, come on. Surely that was a kill hit. Ow. There you go. Is there any more? Is that everyone? That might be everyone, but did you notice that the zombie also dropped a loot bag? What have we got? Give me a weapon. Stone axe level 2. Well, it's better than what we had, but more importantly than that, is that forged steel? It is. We just got 10 bits of forged steel. That is awesome. That is going to come in very handy. We could do some forged iron initially, but I'm never going to turn down forged steel. So let's have a look what we've got in terms of loot around this place. So, ammo pile. Not too bad. We've got some things that we can attach to our armor, but look at this. We're already out of space. Why don't we go ahead and eat something? We'll eat this. Create a bit of space. There's got to be some bigger boxes of stuff around here, though. Oh, here we go. There's a shamway crate. What food have we got in here? Oh, come on. Oh look, you've got me all flustered. I didn't know you were there. I tried to hit you with a shovel. Sneak up on me like that. That's not cool, dude. You shouldn't do that. Anyway, before we were rudely interrupted by that guy, what have we got in here? Red tea. That's cool. We can take that. Is this it or is there more? I feel like it's leading me up further, so there's got to be more, right? Oh yeah, here we go. Here's all the good stuff. How do I get up there though? There we go. Right, let's check the goodies. What have we got? Ooh, blunderbuss. That's awesome. Level 2 wooden club, level 2 sledgehammer, a bunch of ammo. I'm gonna have to sort out my inventory before I can really take all this stuff, but a stone spear. Oh, and a level 2 bow. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This is some decent loot. Please let me open this shotgun Messiah and have a gun. The blunderbuss sounds good, but I want an actual gun. What else we got? Scrap helmet. Okay, not the worst thing, but we do already have one of those. And what have we got in the working stiff crate? Give me like an anvil or something I can actually use. Repair kits are good. We could use that. We can repair that wrench, and then we should be alright. Okay, decent stuff. Not the worst stuff to grab. So what I'm going to do is, I think just for tonight, I'm going to set down a little crate, and we're going to use this as our sort of temporary place for the night. I'll gather all the cement, I'll gather all the stone, and then we'll press on. So I'm going to go ahead and sort that out, and I will meet you at the morning of day 2. You joined me here on the morning of day 2, and we had a pretty easy night. I went through the house, I took apart the workbench that was in there, I took apart the washer and dryer. We're going to test out the sledgehammer. Oh, I am a fan of this sledgehammer, that's good. So we've left behind a few things. I've kept with me what I figured was going to be useful, and left behind the things that aren't massively useful, especially right now. We can always come back for stuff if we need it, but we managed to find some herbal antibiotics, we found some vitamins, some forged iron, some forged steel, and then a couple of things that I'm hoping if we can't use, we can sell to the trader, because that is the plan for today. We have got quite the journey ahead of us, so we need to get to the trader, which is currently 1.2 kilometers away. I'm already over encumbered, so I am going to be a little bit more sort of careful with what I am picking up, but main goal is to get to the trader today. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on this journey, and we'll come back sort of every now and again. I didn't think it would be good to just have you watch me do this entire run, because especially with the way my stamina is right now, you can see it's about to run out. That could take quite a while, so we'll cut back and forth, and I'll give you a bit more of an overall idea of what to expect from the series, and we'll go from there. So I will see you in a little bit. So it has just turned 6 AM, which is around about the time that the trader opens, but as you can see we are still a fair distance away from the place. However, I've came across this small town. Well, I say small, I haven't actually looked at the map. This place could be pretty big, but there's a few buildings that I've never actually seen before, so I'm not sure what Savage Country is. What's this? Rugged Wear for Primal Survivors. We've got a Poppin' Pills over there with the urgent care attached. We've got a skate park, what looks like a food restaurant. We're definitely going to come back here, and do you know what? We might take over one of these buildings as our base of operations for where we can do some mining during the night and essentially get ready for the horde. And I think maybe our first horde base could just be on the outskirts of this town. So I'm going to continue heading towards the trader after we've dealt with a couple of these guys who got in my way. This is a biker guy. I've never seen him before. He looks cool. Sorry, buddy. Sorry to have to do that to you. But yeah, this looks like it could be a place. Maybe this place. It's got some walls around it. The buildings look pretty solid. We'll definitely come back here, but I'll meet you at the trader first. Oh, before we go, I did forget actually. I did look into a car, and we found our first book, and it is Automatic Weapons Handbook Volume 5. So use this technique to walk your fire into the target when firing automatic weapons. Alright, okay. We'll definitely need to find more skill books, but that's not a bad first find. Right, off to the trader. So we have found our first trader, Trader Joel's. Not sure which trader is actually going to be in this, but look what is directly behind us. A giant Shamway Foods factory. We've got a junkyard. This town is a lot bigger than I initially thought, so I think this is going to be the perfect place to set up, because everything we need is probably going to be here. So let's go into the trader. We'll see which trader we are dealing with. There are, I believe, 3 or 4. This one looks like this could be Jen, just based on what I'm seeing around here. So maybe this is Jen. Let's go find out. It is Jen.
If
Hey,
you're
Jen.
feeling under the weather, I've got just what the doctor ordered.
Oh, have you really? Well, I'm going to go ahead and have a look what you've got. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. Maybe take a job as well. And we're going to find one of these buildings and get set up in there. So I'll go ahead and do this, and I'll see you on the other side of these trades. Alright, so she didn't have really much that we wanted to buy, plus we haven't got a lot of money and we haven't got a lot of stuff to sell. So I've just took a buried supplies job from her, but what I'm going to do before we go and find somewhere to call home is Oh, she's got a working cement mixer. Oh, that's big. That is very big. We need to mark this place on our map anyway, but that is going to save one thing that we don't need to build. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and sort of loot this place, see what Jen's got, maybe some things we can find. What's that? That is a needle and thread. Beat the heat by learning how to make shorts, tank tops, t-shirts and hats. Awesome, that's a good find. So yeah, let's go ahead and loot this place. The forge isn't working, but that's fine. We can craft our own. We'll take the iron, thank you very much. What about this chemistry station? Also not working, but not a problem. We're not going to use one of those for a little while. It's a shame. I don't think you can harvest these anymore. No, that's a shame. But yeah, we're going to go ahead. We've got some company outside, but they can't get through to the traders. We don't need to worry about those. Have a look around, see what else she's got. And then we'll go and pick one of those buildings, and that can be our base of operations. So let me finish off here, and I'll meet you at what building I choose, I guess. Okay, so quick thought. I am very, very tempted because if you look at this place here, if I try to hit anything, if I try to break anything, I can't because it's on the trader's property. So I wanted to test how far the boundaries of that was, and I came over to this fence, and I can't break that either, which means the zombies can't. I could be completely safe on this side of on the other side of this wall, and they couldn't break through. Part of me feels like that's cheating, so I don't think I'm going to do it. But just in case you weren't aware, that could be something pretty cool. So I think I've decided on having this place as my little base of operations for now at least, until we get something a bit more permanent off the ground. It's directly over the road from the trader. It's got giant red poles, so I should be able to find where it is at all times. And it seems pretty secure. It's not the best, but I've seen worse. We've definitely got some decent walls, we've got some good fencing, and obviously if they were to get through that, we've got this bit as well, which looks pretty cool to me. So we'll go ahead and get inside of here, clear it out because there's bound to be a few people kicking around. Hello, sir. Sorry to do this to you. This is my house now. If you would kindly move out, that would be awesome. Don't fancy moving out? Fair enough. I didn't want to do this, but that's cool. Right, we'll have this place, and it's also well lit up as well, so we don't need to worry too much. Maybe you can dig a hole through the floor, and that can be our mining hole for the night. Who knows? But we're going to go ahead and make sure that there isn't any goodies that we're missing out. This seems like something I absolutely need to climb. So, before we do, because there's a very good chance that I'll die, I may as well gather some more plant fibers, because I seem to have left my bed back at the previous place, which is fine. And we'll make ourselves another bed here, and then this can be our sort of home away from home. This is going to be the place that we stay at for a little bit of time, at least until the first horde, and then we'll worry about something else a bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and get a bedroll made. We'll find a nice little spot inside here, and then this just means that if we do die, this is where we'll respawn instead of having to run all that way again, because that was a hell of a journey and I don't fancy making it again. So yeah, about that'll do. That's fine. Right, let's head out to the roof. In fact, before we do that, let's drop all our stuff off in here, so at least we're not over encumbered when we get to the top. So as we're climbing this ladder to the top, I thought I'd go over briefly what my goals are for today's episode. Basically, I want to end this episode at the end of day 2. I'm figuring that each episode is maybe going to be around about 2 in-game days, obviously cut down to just the interesting stuff. But by the end of this day, I want to have a forge set up, and ideally a workbench as well, but we do need to work on a claw hammer. And then off the back of that, I also would like... Oh crap, we've got birds. Let's test out this blunderbuss. I missed. You kidding me? This, get away! Oh, these birds are the absolute worst. And I need to heal. I need to heal up. Oh god, birds are the worst. Right, before I was interrupted by the bird, I would like to have a bicycle as well if I can. However, now that we're in a town, I'm not going to be too worried about exploring too far, because look at the size of this place. We have got a lot to explore in this town alone, so we might not venture too far out other than this. We've got so many trees we can chop down. We've got so many sort of blank spots where we can live. Do you know what? I might actually, and I've never done this, but I've always thought about doing it. We might put up a wall around this entire town over the course of this series. I don't think it's obviously not gonna stop zombies from spawning in, but it's just, I kind of like the idea of having like a gated off community, you know? So maybe that could be something we could look towards doing. But for now, let's hopefully find no more birds up here, because how did I miss that shot, by the way? At the aim of a goddamn stormtrooper by the looks of it with this thing. But let's see if there's anything worth climbing up the top of this ladder for, because I don't think I've ever climbed one before, to be honest. And we have got that buried supplies thing to do, but again, I just took that as a, we can do that later. I'm not really too worried about doing that right now. Right, what have we got up here? A backpack. Do we seriously climb all this thing for a can of cat food? Oh well, at least the view's nice. Alright, now that we've got back down from there, let's go ahead and choose one of these nearby buildings to explore. Let's just go for this smaller one first, and then work our way around. So what is this? Shade Tree Auto. I don't know what that means. But let's break in anyway. Let's see. Oh Jesus, we got ourselves a tweaker. Come here, buddy. I love this sledgehammer, by the way. This might be my new favourite melee weapon. I've ditched the club for now because this is kind of all I need, I suppose. I can really see the need in carrying two. Some gas, that's nice. Let's see what's in here. It looks maybe like some sort of... Oh, we've got some decent loot. Maybe this was like a sort of local garage or garage, depending where you're from, how you pronounce that. Hey, cowboy. There you go, buddy. There you go. Right, let's loot this place, because I don't want to be caught off guard. So I like closing the doors behind me, just in case someone decides to sneak up on me. What's this? Ergonomic grip mod. Reading the schematic will teach you how to craft this item. I don't know what that is, but we'll take it anyway. Thank you very much. Got any water? Ooh, nice water as well. Thank you very much. What else have we got? Because it didn't look like the biggest place. This seems like... Oh, there's some more stuff up there. But is there more people up there? Yep. There's someone in the corner. We'll go deal with this guy. Excuse me, is this your place? My place now. My town. And we've leveled up. That's what we wanted. So what skill did we say we wanted? It was in intellect, wasn't it? It was over here. And it was to create our own workbench. Awesome. So we'll have a look in a minute what we need to make a workbench, but it looks like we might be on to our goals today of creating the workbench and crafting ourselves a bike so it's easier to get around. So why don't we have a quick look through this place? What have we got? Another axe. Again, the loot early on isn't going to be fantastic, I suppose, but you deal with what you've got, don't you? So I'll go ahead and loot this place. If there's anything really cool, obviously I'll let you know. If not, I'll meet you back over at our new place, and we'll see what exactly it is we need to make a workbench. So we got another stone axe, but some more forged steel from this place, which isn't too bad. I can deal with that. There's not really anything else in here. I mean, we've got some cobblestone and cement, which is great. We'll definitely use those. But this, as I say, it did seem like a very small building. I'm just double checking there's not anything off the back. No, this seems to be pretty much the extent of it, but that's fine. So let's head back over to our little place, which is just over here. So again, we've got a lot to work through in this town. I think what I'll do as well is I'll mark off on the map which buildings we have been to, because otherwise that could get very confusing. But let's head back in here and double check what it is that we need to make a workbench. I know you do need a wrench and you also need a claw hammer. Obviously we haven't got both of those yet, and I don't really want to give up the wrench I've got, but let's have a quick look, shall we? So, workbench. We will need forged iron, mechanical parts, wrench, hammer, and wood. Okay, that's fine. What about a forge? Can we make a forge yet? Small stone, clay, leather, duct tape, and iron. So what's our situation like? Where's my stuff? There it is. So we've got the stone. We need some more clay. We could do with some more duct tape. We've got the pipes. Leather. We're going to need leather. So I think we need to go out and do a bit of hunting. So why don't we dump all this stuff off that we're not going to use anytime soon. I might keep the water on me. No, I've got the red tea. I won't. I'll put that back. and all these things that we're not going to need as of right now. I'll keep the cloth on me just in case we do need to make any bandages. I'll keep the stone because we're going to need to repair that, and maybe the sledgehammer at some point. So why don't we have a look around and see if we can find a building that maybe has some leather couches in that we could take apart, which would be nice. Maybe we'll check this house, and if failing that, we're going to need to find some animals to skin for their hides. So let's start with this place and see where we go from there. Okay, so good news. We broke into this little garage here and we have found ourselves another wrench. So we don't need to worry about the wrench part of the workbench now. So I'm going to go ahead and search the rest of this place. May as well search the car while we're here. I'm trying to figure out a balance between what to keep in the videos and what not. So obviously any feedback on the videos of what you like to see and what maybe you'd prefer me to cut out. Again, this is brand new to me, so any feedback is going to be massively helpful right now. And I haven't fully decided on how long I want the episodes to be yet. I think each episode is going to be 2 days worth of in-game, which in case you don't know is 2 hours worth of recording. I was thinking maybe down to about half an hour, 40 minutes maximum. Let me know again what you think, what kind of stuff you would like to see from this series, and we'll go from there. But for now I'm going to get into this house and see if we can find any leather couches or what else we can find before it gets too late, and then we can head back home and dig ourselves a mining hole. Okay, we have managed to find some leather couches, which is awesome, so we'll go ahead. We need to find 10 pieces of leather in total, and we currently have 3. Does it make a difference with the wrench? I'm not too sure. Nah, it's the same, isn't it? I'm not going to waste the wrench. Okay, so this might be alright. We might have enough here. If not, we'll keep looking, but I think we're definitely going to be on track to get our goals today. Well, one short. We need one more piece of leather. God damn it. Never mind. I'm sure we will find it. Let's just keep on ploughing through this house. Oh boy, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. How quick can I make a bandage? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, Jay, quickly. Oh my god. And I had a health kit there the entire time. Are you kidding me? We got down to 1 health. We are in big, big trouble. I went through this room. I got surprised. I was flustered. I had the wrong weapon in hand. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to use it. I need to use... Oh, I can't. I can't use it. Oh, crap. We are in big trouble. We cannot take a single hit or we are going to die. So we need to get out of this place quickly and get back to our place, because I do not want to be dying on day 2 of this playthrough. 1 health. I can't believe we somehow managed to survive that. Okay, so our health is going back up. I have just noticed that we're infected and we've got those herbal antibiotics, so we can use those. However, in running back here, I noticed we had 1 piece of leather. So now we have 10. So what was it again we needed for a forge? Well, I think we need to go and get some more clay, but I think we're doing alright in terms of the forge. So 10 leather we've got, duct tape we've got the pipes, we need stone and clay. So while we recover, and I'm still genuinely amazed we somehow managed to pull that off. While we recover, why don't we go out and dig ourselves a little hole in the yard and get some clay. I'm trying to think, I don't want it to be too like near the main walls, I guess. I would like this place to have a bit of integrity, so maybe back here? We'll dig here. I don't know how much clay we get, or stone. Is this stone initially? This looks like stone and sand, and then maybe we get clay after that. We're still stone, but we needed stone anyway. And the bit to the side's got to be clay, right? It's definitely got to be clay. So there's that bit done. And yeah, there's clay here. So we're going to go ahead and dig a little hole here while our health does try to go back up a little bit. Can't believe we got down to 1. I'm still genuinely amazed by that. So what do we need? Stone and a bit more clay. Okay, let me gather the materials for this, and then we'll get that forge made. Okay, materials have been gathered. We are now getting our forge on the go. That's going to take 1:21. So while that goes ahead and crafts, why don't we again discuss a little bit more for what my plans are for the whole series. So I'm going to use this place, as I mentioned, as just a base of operations. We're not going to defend the horde here whatsoever. This is going to be somewhere where I can come and store my stuff. This is going to be somewhere where I can spend the night digging holes and mining. and then that'll be about it. We're going to need to find a place where our first Horde night can be, and this flat area right across the road seems like the perfect place. So what we'll do is we will set up our little base here. Hopefully the first Horde isn't going to be too crazy, but I've said that before in the past and it's turned out to bite me in the backside, so I'm not too sure. So just in case, I am going to put a fair amount of preparation into it. And my health isn't great either, and I'm still out risking my life, but it is what it is. But yeah, I've got a few ideas. I've also mentioned, I believe earlier in the video, that I prefer to face the hordes on like a ground level. And what I mean by that is this is the level that I want to be fighting them from. I don't want to climb that tower and just shoot them. However, if it ever comes to the point where we need to get a quick getaway, it's probably a good idea to have like an escape hatch. So maybe I could do that. I could dig a hole from here that goes to the base, maybe. So there's a few ideas that I've got. Again, I kind of want to do my own thing in terms of there are videos out there that show you sort of great ways to defend against the Horde, and I always appreciate the people who put the effort into making those videos, but I kind of like the idea of my Horde base not being sort of super strong. I like the idea it potentially could fail. You know, I like that challenge of the game. So for me, I don't ever want to build something where I can sit back and let automatic turrets take care of it all for me. I'd rather try and figure out a plan B and a plan C. So that's what I'm going to be going for in this. So of course I don't want the Horde base to fail. I do want to have some level of safety in it, but at the same time I want to make it with the knowledge that if this does fail, what's my plan B, what's my plan C, and that was a terrible jump, to sort of get out of the mess that we're in. So there will be some element of thought, hopefully, going into it, but if anything has happened so far, you will have noticed that thought isn't my strongest thing, so I guess we will see. But let's hopefully that forge is crafted by now. Yes, it is. Head back in, place the forge. We still need to get ourselves a cooking pot, which I've noticed, and we're also going to need an anvil for this thing at some point as well. So let's find a corner to put the forge in. Well, that corner's free. That corner has pipes in. Should we just put it here? Yeah, why not? How put it there? There we go. That'll do. And then we'll get some stuff crafted in here. But workbench, we're going to need a claw hammer. Can I make a hammer in my inventory, or do I need something to make it? Yes, I need to unlock minus 69. Okay, well that can be the next perk that we go for. How many points are we away from that? Still need a fair amount of XP. Food and water isn't looking great. And also we're going to need to work on some armor, because all we've got right now is a scrap helmet and some padded stuff. So we're not looking our best. What have we got over here? Deep laceration. I've never noticed that before. That must be a new thing. I like the lacerations and the abrasions and stuff. That's cool. So that must have been from that zombie that almost killed us. We've got a mild infection, and then this abrasion that we put a bandage on, I guess. All new things to learn, and I'm all about learning new things. But what I'm going to do for the rest of this episode is I'm going to get myself set up with a little mining hole. It looks like the bike might have to wait for tomorrow, which is a shame because we haven't got what we need to craft the workbench yet. I don't think. Let me just double check. Have I got cash on me? Let's double check that Jen didn't have a hammer for sale, because if she does, I might just bite the bullet and buy it. And then, because I don't think it's going to be a case where cash is going to be a big influence for me for this game. I'll use it to buy ammunition, I'd imagine, and maybe some decent armor at some point. But for now, day 1, day 2, we haven't really got a lot of use for it. And I love that Jen is just over the road here. This is perfect. So, double check she hasn't got a hammer for sale. If she has, we'll make the workbench.
You got the dukes. I'll
and we'll
make the
go
time.
from there. So what do you have? Whoops, that's the wrong one, isn't it? It is. May I see your inventory? Do you have a hammer? Just the iron sledgehammer. Right, what about a workbench? Any chance you're selling one of those? Nope, just some worn boots. Oh well, Jen, you were no good to me today.
Aw,
Not to worry.
Nothing this time?
Sorry. Right, so I've decided, since Jen didn't have the stuff we needed, and since it doesn't look like we're going to get to make a workbench today, which is a shame, so we can't have a bike, we're going to head back into this house. I am not going to be defeated by a house on day 2 of this game. You never know, we might find a hammer in here. We already found the wrench, So let's see what else you got. Who is this person that almost killed me, and where are you? Because this is a decent sized house. There's got to be some stuff in here that's going to be very helpful for us. So, oh, there's a pile of books. I didn't know there was a pile of book thing. I thought it was bookshelves. That must be new. Oh, crap. Jesus Christ. All you people sneaking up on me. This is really... I don't remember the game being this intense. Oh, we've got a safe as well we'll pick into. Right, let me loot this place. See what we've got. So, paper. Oh, we do have bookshelves. That is still a thing. That's good to know. What have we got here? Magnum Enforcer. Right. That's good, but it's not going to help us out right now. That could be a problem, so why don't we deal with this person? Where are you? There you go. On a loot bag. Please give me a hammer. Sword kit. Could be worse. Right, back to looting. Found $96 and a stone sledgehammer in the safe. Could be worse, I guess. What else have we got in this house? This looks like a good sized place, you know, so I'm expecting decent loot. Let's make sure we haven't missed anything in the bathroom, because all we did was come in and hit the zombie on the head. There's probably some food in here that's going to help us out massively. We still need to keep an eye on that health, because we need to work on that. I think the best way to do that, unless we find first aid kits, is to find some food. Give me a cooking pot. Nice. Awesome. So now we can cook some meals. And there's another cooking pot. Even better. We've got two now. Right. So we've got the cooking pot, which is great. We're still going to need a hammer. So what's the chances of me finding a hammer in this place? Oh, hello. Sorry. So there was nothing in here but her. Oh, fair enough. Right. On we go. Ooh, do we go up or do we go down? Let's go down. What have we got down here? Pile of clothes on the floor. College jacket and some glasses, fair enough. Store shelf. Both good finds. I like that they've done this now, because before you would only be able to find stuff in boxes. I like how they've mixed things up a little bit. So what's that? Gunpowder. You can have just piles of clothes on the floor, for example, or you know, shelves that look like there's stuff on them. What's that? One room at a time is how you conquer urban. Oh crap! Sneaking up on us. Too busy trying to loot, and now I've got a concussion. So much more at this game that they've changed that I need to learn, and I need to learn it quick, because I do not want to be dying day one. Is that... Oh, I thought we had a workbench there. I thought we'd hit the jackpot. Right. Got potential problems here. Oh, crap. Right, have we managed to handle it? Oh, crap. Stamina, please. Nice. And there's a dog cage, which worries me. We are pushing our luck, but sometimes luck needs to be pushed. What have we got? Steel arrowheads and some lead fish. That could be worse. Check the food crate. We're going to need some food. Look at all those things on the left of the screen. We're infected. We've got abrasions. We've got a concussion. We are in all sorts of trouble right now. That's a beer. That's probably not going to help us. Right. Continue looting and hopefully not die. Ooh, painkillers. We'll definitely take those. That's going to help us out with some health. But I feel that we're going to need to drink something off the back of that. So let's have a quick drink as well. Why not? Just take a bunch of stuff. That probably helps, right? Okay, where are we now? Let's head into... Ooh, this looks good. This has got to be where the main supplies are, right? Ooh, wine. Can we have wine? Dirty water. Not good. Not good. Don't tease me with wine and then not give me it. There's some regular water. That's fine. Destroyed battery bank. Some lead. I'm not going to take that right now. Our inventory definitely needs some management. So, what have we got in here? Apart from a big glowing red light. Oh boy. Killed one guy. Oh, there's a few. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Back off, back off, back off. Oh, this could be dangerous. Right, let's open that door just in case. They ain't breaking through that one anytime soon. Oh, there's a few. Right, back off, back off, back off. Right, we're going to try and be smart here. We're going to need to repair this because... Oh, and I've got no stone, of course I haven't. Never mind. Oh, and I missed. Come on, how did I miss 3 times? Run, 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 run. And how do I keep forgetting I have a gun? Right. Oh, that works when you've got good aim for once. I am so focused on the melee, I forgot I had a gun. I like this. Although this room looks like it had a ton of loot as well, so we've definitely got some inventory management problems that we've got to deal with. The good thing about this, I don't normally like being out looting this late, but look at this place. This has everything we could ever want. We're only based over the road, so I don't mind being... Maybe we do our mining thing in here. I don't know, lot to think about, but let's get into these things first. Make sure there's no one else here, because I do not want to die now. No one else is here, right, okay. Break into the shotgun crates first. A nice pistol is what I'm hoping for. That's what I really want. Or a shotgun at least, or something like that. All parts, right, I'll loot them in a minute. I just want to get them all open first, because we need to worry about our inventory. Because we've got so much crap on us. I might just throw a box down in here and go back and get it later. But let's just check. We got some more parts. Right, what have we got in the gun safe? We have got lockpicks. Now, sometimes you can get really lucky and it will work on the first lockpick. Doesn't happen very often though, to be honest. So it's always good to have a bunch of them on you. But so far, have I spoke too soon? It's looking pretty... Yep, spoke too soon. How many lockpicks have we got? 10. Ah, we'll get into this. Right, let me worry about this. All of that, and all it had was some ammo and a stone spear. God, our luck for loot isn't particularly great. Alright, so nothing fantastic in this place, but as you get better at the game, I guess, as you get more luck and all that kind of stuff, you will find a lot more loot. But I'm going to go ahead and get back to our base, and that's going to be the end of this episode. So again, thank you for watching this episode. First of all, I mentioned at the start of it that this is going to be a game that I want to put a lot of time and effort into for this channel. It's going to be one of the sort of corner pieces of the channel. I still want to do the Let's Play stuff because I find that a lot of fun. But I also do a lot of that over on Twitch, so if you would rather watch that kind of stuff over there, then that's where you will find me playing horror games 3 nights a week, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, 7 PM UK time. Usually stream for about 2 hours, something like that, so they're not overly long. But if you did like this video and you do have any sort of tips for me going forward or any sort of suggestions, I'm very happy to sort of listen to those and probably take a lot of that stuff on board. But I'm going to end this one here. So if you like the video, like it. If you're a fan of the kind of content that I'm hoping to be able to provide to you, then go ahead and subscribe. Share the video with your friends. All that usual YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next episode. See ya.